Hey everyone, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. My name is Micah and today I'm going to be playing with eyeshadow. I just wanted to quickly come on here because I didn't want to waste this makeup look today that I did. This I did using the Slush palette by September Rose Cosmetics. But today we're going to be talking about singles. I ordered some singles from some indie brands, namely Clionadh, Looxi Beauty, Devinah, as well as JD Glow, and I've got a couple of extra like fun ColourPop shades as well to throw in a mix, and I thought we could go through them, swatch everything, put a palette together, all that stuff. So that's what this video will be. I really hope you enjoy it, and let's just get to the floor. Right, so welcome to my floor again. I have quite a few new things to play with. These are all the things I have and that I want to talk about. So I have some Cleona over here. My Luxy stuff is here, Devinah, ColourPop, JD Glow. I've got two palettes in which I would like to try and fit everything into. And then this one I can hopefully empty out because I would like to try and put these shadows in this bigger palette right here. It should fit, hopefully. And then I want to start repurposing this palette here for sort of putting together little custom palettes. So that is going to be hopefully something I can do. So let's just start talking about what's in here. And this is overflow from the last time I did a video like this. I didn't realize how big Nabla shadows were when I did that video. I didn't know the pans were bigger, so that didn't fit. But I have 4 of the Nabla shadows in here. This is glasswork. This shade is called Nude. I'm not sure how to pronounce this, but I'll make sure to list all of the names in the description box so you can read up if you don't know what it is I'm saying or anything like that. This is Chemical Bond, and this is Ground State by Nabla. And that's what those 4 shades look like. So I also have a Sydney Grace eyeshadow in here. This I believe is called Tattletale, yes. And again, that didn't fit because of those larger Nabla shadows in the Sydney Grace palette that I made at that time. And then the last one that's in here, this is actually a really old Catrice single. And there you have those shadows. So this is the Catrice. This is Sydney Grace's Tattletale. This is Ground State, Chemical Bond, Nude, and this last one is Glasswork. All right, so ideally I don't want to have any shadow in here. So let's put that aside. So my idea was to put the Cleona shadows that I have in this palette. So let me move those over here. And then also the ColourPop ones, the JD Glow ones, and these 6. And then a little bit of overflow from the palette that I want to make in here with my Devinah and Luxy shadows. So I got the palette in my Devinah order. This is their Pixie palette, and it fits 18 of their standard pan eyeshadows. So let's do Devinah first. So this is what a Devinah shadow looks like when it's still packaged. I actually already took pictures of everything and swatched everything, and this is what it looks like. It just comes in a simple like envelope style thing, and then it looks like this. So let me unwrap these. So there we have all of the Devinah eyeshadows that I bought. I got a couple of their new like multi-chrome formula. Then I got a couple of their butterfly collection, the first ones that they did. This one right here is one of those exploders from the Willy Wonka collection. I've got 2 of their mattes and then 2 of their regular shimmers. I believe these are from a Wizard of Oz collection because that's what the names seem to be derived from. So let me swatch these for you. This is Pavonine. I hope I pronounce everything correctly, by the way. This is Asteria. This is one of those multi-chromes. And this is Skyla. This is Skyla. This one is Messier. You have that one. And then we have Menelaus. Really nice purple. And then this one is Thalassic. So that's that top row here. And then for this second row here, this is I'll Be Tender. This is I'll Be Tender, I'll Be Gentle. Right there. I'm Just a Dandelion. Right. This is Hydra, and this is a matte. This is Remy, which is another matte. Hope you can see that. And this is Everlasting Gobstopper. And then this last one here is Paralucia. Watch that here for you. Because that's the only shade that doesn't really go with the rest, I think. So again, I hope that this is being picked up by the camera. It definitely depends on how the light hits it, how these show up. So here I have the Davina shadows, and I have 6 more spaces in here for some Luxi shadows, so let me show you those next. So I got 10 of the Luxi shadows, and they're very much packaged like the Davina shadows, I would say. They come again in a little envelope, and then that's just pretty much it. So there we have the shadow. So let me unwrap these for you. So these are all of the Luxi shadows, and I have a couple of their shimmers, a couple of their Aurora shadows, and a couple of their metallic shades, but I'm not sure which one is which anymore, so that's why I will make sure to put that in the description box. So let's start at the top. This is called Duper Star. Of course I love a good purple. This is High Roller. These are so smooth. All of them are. Like, I've already swatched everything, of course. So I know that everything feels really, really good. This is Omega, and I like that. This is such a great shade. Like, I love that. There you have Omega. This green is called Siren of the Sea. So that shade right there. And this is a Wild Child. And I really like Wild Child. It looks like a rose gold pink, but then it has a green gold shift to it. I have nothing like that in my collection. This shade over here is called Devious. Let me swatch that here. So that's a bit more icy blue. Now in the pan, this next shade looks very similar to Devious. This is Noir, but actually, when you swatch them, they are very similar, different shades. This is by far like the one that I was most impressed by when I swatched it. This is Starboy, and this is a silver with like a greenish gold shift to it. It's like, it's not a silver, it's not a gold, it's not a blue, it's not a green. It's got so much going for it, so I really hope the camera can pick that up. But that is absolutely gorgeous. And then we have this bright greenish shade. This is Aquarius, right there. And then we have Foxy Lady, which is like a taupe, but again, it has a bit more interest to it because it also has a shift. So I think this will go really nicely with some of those Nabla shadows. So I think that looks pretty good, actually. Again, very sort of green purples, but most of these are duochromes or multichromes or something like that. Everything has a shift. I just wanted something fun that I can play with and that I can pull in with my larger, like blue, green, purple palettes so that I have a little bit more dimension and fun textures to play with. Now we're going to fill up this Clionadh palette, and I hope it all fits. Clionadh said that this will fit 36 single shadows in like a standard round pan. This is what their pans come in. So something like the Looxi Beauty, that should fit 36 shades. I have fewer than 36 eyeshadows here, but the JD Glow ones are really big, and also these Nabla ones that I want to put in here are big, and I've got like different sizes and shapes, so I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but we'll see. So before we get started, I just wanted to do a quick comparison so that you know how big this palette is, because that's something I didn't know when I was buying this. I had seen measurements, I had calculated how much that was in centimeters, and I was thinking in advance like, oh, that could be as big as the large version of the Juvia's Place The Magic palette, which I have. And as you can see, it actually has a little bit of room off to the sides, but the actual palette inside has roughly like the space of the Juvia's Place palette. So if you were looking into buying this and you were having the same issue I have, then at least now you have an idea of how big it is. Let's just get started with Cleona, because that makes up the bulk of what I got to be putting into this palette. I already took these out of the packaging to take pictures of, and one of them, sadly, this didn't come broken, I dropped it, so I take full credit for Forge looking absolutely atrocious. This was all very well wrapped. It came in a little envelope like this. Look at the branding on the back. I love it. So these are their stained glass collection, and that's also what the palette is from. These are all multi-chromes, and they have different textures. Every single texture they have, I have at least one of those. So, because I just really wanted to try out their formula. So let's start with this shade right here. This is called Reflectance, and this is one of their, what was it called again? Iridescent multi-chromes. And this looks like a light yellow in the pan, but then when you swatch it, it has green, blue, purple, and then it even goes as far as a red almost. This shade is one of their glitter multi-chromes, and this is Grisaille. And it looks in the pan like it can be like Tattletale by Sydney Grace. Once you swatch it, you can see it's not, because even though this has like a red base, when you turn it, as you can see, it sort of flashes purpley pink. It's really interesting. Now, the shade I accidentally broke is called Forge, and this is such a shame because these are really, really expensive, so I'm so gutted that I broke it. I'm gonna try to repress it after I film this video. This is a jeweled multi-chrome, and this has a black base. And this shifts from a like red to, it just looks red in the pan, or on camera it seems, but it has a really, really strong green gold shift. It's absolutely stunning. Next up is another one of their glitter multi-chromes, I believe. This is called Glow. This is very flaky. And this is one that's very sheer in its base, but then it has a very sort of strong purpley blue shift to it. It's really, really stunning. Another one of their jeweled multi-chromes, and this was one I was very excited for. This is Oculus. And this is a, like, it looks like a teal in the pan, and it also shows up as a teal in the swatch right now, but it has like a very strong purple, blue, like this shifts so many ways that you can barely see this. It just looks green, but it has purple and blue, and oh, it's stunning. And then this one right here is called Tower. This is one of their pastel shifts, pastel multi-chromes I should say. And this one doesn't shift as much as the rest, I think, but it has sort of like a bluish base, and then it has a less, like a not as strong of a shift as the other ones, and that's because it has a different base to it, but it's more like a lavender sort of icy shade. And then we have Emboss, and this is like a pink, at least it looks like a pink when you see it in the pan, but then you swatch it and then it shifts green to blue, which I have nothing like that, so this is, again, very pretty. So these are the multi-chromes by Cleona. Those are the first bunches of Cleona, but I got more because I also wanted to try their regular formula. So I got a couple of their standard round pans as well. And I just wanted to show you this packaging because I think this is ingenious. Every single shadow should come in this. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have broken Forge if it came in this sort of packaging, because it's sort of packaged with like a little piece of paper, and then it has this like foam padding in the lid as well. So I actually think this is a great way to also travel with singles. So I think I want to keep these just so I can use it for travel. So So as you can see, everything else I got are shimmers, and these are from different bundles that they've done in the past. Some of these are from their So Many Degrees North kind of collection. Some of these are from their Alchemy versus Witchcraft bundle as well. So let me start by swatching this. This is called Elixir. This is Fog. This one is Shroom, which is more like a taupey shade. So there you have those. This is called Snowdrift, and this is really interesting. It looks like a really pale blue, but then when you swatch it, it has like a pinky lavender shift. Like this could have been a multi-chrome. This right here is Hex. This is like a purple, but then it has like a goldy sort of shift to it as well. And then this is Calx. This is like a light blue, but it shifts like to a very strong purpley pink. This is called Crystalline, which is sort of like, Calx is like blue to purple, and Crystalline is like purple to blue. Then we have this one. This is Nocturnal. Again, a little bit more special with a bit of a purple flash. And these two I was very surprised by. This is Ursa, and this is a dark blue, but it has a really interesting sparkle running through it. And then last but not least, I have Skylights, and that is Ursa, but in purple, I feel. So again, it's pretty deep, but it has really interesting texture to it. It has like pink and purple sparkle running through it. So we just have sparkly goodness left. These are 3 JD Glow Galaxy Dust Shadows, and these are so big. I got 3 of them. These just come in clear packaging. This is Sin. This is Unexpected. And this is, yes, this is Insane. I feel that these two are more glittery than this. This is a bit more metallic, more up my street. Unexpected and Insane and Sin are very pretty, but also very sparkly. So let me swatch these quickly. So this is Sin, and this is a pink, but with like a gold to green flash. It's so stunning. I'm not sure if you can see that, but Insane is like a purple to pink shifting shade, but again, also quite glittery. And then this is Unexpected, and you'll see the difference. That looks wet. This is like a brownish purple base with like a blue-green flash. It can look like a taupe. So I think it will go very nicely with some of these cooler tones here as well. So yeah, those are really pretty. So that's JD Glow. And now if my calculations were correct, then I should have space for these 4 ColourPop pressed glitters. So let's just see what these look like. So these are the 4 ColourPop pressed glitters that I got. This first one is Hungry Ghost, and these are really soft, so you have to be very careful with them. Ooh, my hand is like one big shimmery mess. There we have Hungry Ghost. This is Fire. That's like a green with like blue and like gold. It's stunning. And now you know why I'm swatching these last, because I can't even get these off my finger very well. This is my favorite. This is Light Show, and this is like a, well, I think it was described as a teal, but this is definitely one of those topper shades that that's how I would use glitter, like Hungry Ghost and Light Show. It's like green, blue, purple, well, teal. I think it will go very nicely with some of the blues that I have in here. Last but not least, this is Overpacked, and this is like the purpley version of like Hungry Ghost, but these are very flaky, and I actually heard that these aren't officially eye safe. So now it's time to take all of this fun goodness and put it in here. So I think I want to put the JD Glow ones in first because they are so large. I'll have a look once I do this. So because everything like that green glitter by ColourPop doesn't really go with any of these, so maybe I want to take Omega out of this palette and then put that green in here, because I feel I have more like green warm tones in here than I currently have lying in front of me. Yeah, so I think the blues and purples, and then we've got like cool tones, and then we've got pinks. And then, oh wow, I'm going to have so much space left. All right, so I think this is pretty okay. As you can see, I have room for more. We just built these two palettes here. I could also take out some of these and put them in here. I now decide, like, shall I do that? Maybe these Looxi ones down here that are a bit more purpley. So that's it. Those are my two palettes. So those are the shadows I wanted to show you. I can't wait to put these on my face and try them out. As I mentioned, I have this plan of sort of using the little 6-pan palette that I have to create looks and sort of like do a palette bingo style. I'm not sure yet how I want to do it, but sort of like to use my singles that I have in a different way, build a new palette, do a look with it once a month. So this is going to be a new, like the kickoff point for a new monthly series for me. So I hope you enjoyed watching this one. This is like the first one in a series, you could say. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to stay tuned for that new monthly series. That would be lovely. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!